Mwabedu, I sorry, now cream. I say, Obian who betting me winning apart from Sarkodie. Tieni you or no, say, sir, artist of the decade category, no. So be a winner, a beer, not drink chemuno, a wrong. And say so be at me winning sir category, no. So ye Ifia, so ye Chame Kwame, so ye Becca, R2B's no tribe, Nasi, Stone Boy, Samini, Sarkodie and Shatta Wale. Or say obi winni bia a fake. Onipa SSO winni pe e baako. Your friend no King Sack aka Sarkodie. Na ebia na wunya graphic showbiz ni binti no making kind kakra ma na wo hu point na raise ye no. Na ye wie a onso atimi dia ye analysis na ebie phone lines na onso atimi dia kire wadwen. Ti DJ Sika me kan kakra mo na yenhwe. So Unsaka Pepanibinsua Ubetimiaka, and I'm sure he might publish it on his blog. That is Entertainment GH or G Entertainment, entertainmentgh.com or be published, I'm sure. Now the story. In 2009, as part of the 10th anniversary of the Ghana Music Awards, Charterhouse, organizers of the scheme, together with the awards board, set up a special category that is Artiste of the Decade. This was meant to celebrate that personality who had stayed relevant and consistent for that duration, with some emphasis on the music awards. One legend, Kojo Antwi, won that prize. Another decade is upon us, and again, in commemoration of the 20th edition of the most popular music award scheme in Ghana, the Artist of the Decade category is back, and arguments have already commenced on who deserves the honor. Ochiame Kwame, Ifia, Becca, R2B's, No Tribe and Nasi, Stone Boy, Samini, Sarkodie and Shatta Wale are vying for the title. The definition for Artist of the Decade is: artists are judged by the Academy and the board as the artist with the highest audience appeal and popularity over the last decade. The artist must have released a hit single or an album within the last 10 years. Now remember that he said the last time we did the Artist of the Decade, Kojo Antwi won. Sticker.
Xylophone FM.
The maestro Julius Kojo Antwi, and he is the title holder, a defending champion for the Artist of the Decade. So the first one I read was the preamble of the feature, which is titled or headlined Sarkodie is VGMA Artist of the Decade. Now let's go to the pointers, the subtitles in the feature, or some of the reasons why he thinks Sarkodie should win. Now his first pointer is relevance. Now listen to English. Sarkodie is the most decorated Ghanaian artist of all time, which means he is the Ghanaian artist with the most nominations and awards in the history of Ghanaian music. He has received over 140 nominations in various award schemes across the world, winning over 80 of them in the last 10 years. Since his emergence in the industry in 2009, with the release of his debut album Mache, Sarkodie has hardly experienced any form of dip in his exemplary career. In fact, his brand has soared and solidified as the years have rolled by. That level of relevance has made him one of the go-to artists in Ghana and one with critical acclaim across Africa, and has had a huge influence on the culture, a generation, and the craft. That relevance has ensured that he commands one of the largest followings in the music industry, a fan base that is overly dedicated and committed to his cause. Sticker.
Yes, you know. To my hunters on the block.
Sammy Flex, you rock.
Time na money na dem ponoka.
Money no be problem.
Money no be problem. One time for mine. And to my niggas on the block. Okay. Ansana eba. Okay, so that was the first pointer, relevance. Now the next one, Arnold Asamoah-Bedu wrote, is called consistency. Now listen to another English. In a sometimes topsy-turvy music industry like ours, it can be quite difficult to remain consistent for 10 years straight but Sarkodie has been able to do that. No disrespect to his peers in that category, especially the likes of Shatta Wale, Stonebwoy, Samini, Efia, and R2Bs, who come close somehow to the prize. Arguably, his biggest competitor for the honor, Shatta Wale, found his resurgence in the music industry in 2013. By that time, Sarkodie had already garnered 16 nominations at the Ghana Music Awards, winning 8 awards, including the record-setting Artist of the Year in 2010 and 2012, respectively. During that period, Shatta Wale was frantically trying to figure out how to get back into the limelight by all means necessary. 10 years span under consideration, Sarkodie has released 5 albums, including Mache in 2009, Rapaholic 2012, TIMJ with J Soul 2013, Psychology 2014, Mary 2015, and Highest 2017. The highest number among the other contenders. And if you know what goes into the production, promotion, marketing, and distribution of albums, you would celebrate the man for his ability to produce this number of chart-topping albums.
Xylophone FM.
Sark, we know say the rap, but rest make I read. So Sarkodie is VGMA Artist of the Decade, written by Arnold Asamoah Beidu, on the radar with Arnold Asamoah Beidu in the graphic showbiz, page 19. We've read relevance, we've read consistency. Now let's go to audience appeal. Listen, one of the elements in the category definition of Artist of the Decade is audience appeal. And for the avoidance of doubt, it is only fair we understand what these words mean. According to the Google Dictionary, audience means the assembled spectators or listeners at a public event such as a play, concert, or meeting. Appeal, according to Cambridge Dictionary, means the quality in someone or something that makes him or her or it attractive or interesting. Over the years, Sarkodie's brand has commandeered a strong appeal and has attracted both the elite and the masses, but most importantly, business opportunities. His appeal transcends the shores of Ghana, making him arguably the Ghanaian artist with the best international appeal. The level of attention he attracts with regards to the music he puts out or whatever subject he posts on social media handles or any interview he grants, not to mention the sort of favor that greets him wherever he goes, are a testament of the kind of pull he has.
It's one time for your body.
Sammy Flex.
Let's move on. That was just by the way. Sarkodie is the Artist of the Decade, and again we've looked at relevance, consistency, audience appeal. Now let's look at this one he calls Face of VGMA. Face of VGMA. Hanso punches wapa. Sarkodie is undoubtedly the face of the Ghana Music Awards, and his story is a reflection of what the scheme represents. His domination of the awards cannot be overemphasized. With 58 nominations and 21 awards at the Ghana Music Awards in the last decade, he is the most nominated and also holds the record as the artist with the most awards. And he's expected to win some more come 18th May when the plaques are handed out. Incredibly, in the 10-year period, he's been nominated in the coveted Artist of the Year category 8 times in the last 10 editions, scoring nods in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. What is more, he is one of just 2 artists, VIP as the other, to annex the Artist of the Year twice in 2012 and in 2010 and 2012. There is no shade of doubt that his impressive showing at the Ghana Music Awards aided his surge onto the international stage, where he's been mentioned in a plethora of international awards, including BET and MTV Europe Music Awards. Now, the final thing he wrote is, the public has no say in who wins. The public has no say in who wins. Just like the technical-based categories, the Artist of the Decade category is voted on by only the board and the academy. What this means is that there will be no public sympathy in the voting. Nobody is going to win because they command a bigger following or have the better swag or possess the finest face. Members of the board and academy who are said to have expertise in the industry would rely on the criteria definition and attach empirical data or evidence to back their respective choices. There is no room for error, and as stated with facts, there is only one artist that deserves the honor, and that artist is Sarkodie.
You know what time it is.
Final chrono best starting. But then go on straight to Twitter and let us have your opinion at Xylophone1021. Give me a mention at Samiflex. Kelly, sa segment way. Me interrupt you bia. Me ma bia semu. Me maximum of 4 minutes. Me interrupt you bia. The obia be can bia me cash. And yes, I may support you, be an army support you, but men cash you be a becamo. Oh, Cassasa, me time you 4 minutes. Now, my Jimmy Mike, near Twasso. Kelly started.
Simon. Wow, what an article. Article, no. What kind we out, you say, and you're living thing, but home. And Sarkodie. Tutale Madusta.
Nyante.
I've known Sarkodie for 2 decades or a decade and a half. I knew him way back. I know Medas. Then you know a group called Menkai group. No, but my friend Emu. Tama me no na brofuna or rappe on a PSA. And Yaumensa and Mekaipa say, oh yeah, baby, Mugis was no. The first one, oh yeah, and a piece in a 2 chorus no, and me cornifie because many year me cornifie and no butcher me and no the push so can and the na esusu and Sarkodie you be a fiti nenkwala brim wa rapid to an and it's not easy. Say obey relevance, consistency. Be wom eye kasa ba ko penesan ye rap. Na what trust ya ache. Before honest, 2009, basi ene 2019. Year be anywhere Sarkodie enya nomination. But article you cry me say the nomination we nya onya 50% of 8 year. Awards we nya no enya 50% of nomination. I not sure how competitive VGMA was yeah. And the American Akuduni say article I know that someone bedu a Troy, you know. My share and your mommy, you know. My the background. He works with Xylophone media, music, right?
Xylophone music,
and
yeah.
Artist, Biuma, almost wa.
Stone Boy, ne Shatta Wale na Becca.
Becca.
And
when you now sunya diana omope. But for the boldness of the man, an article or Troy, one your bias. Sanke be our affiliation.
Kobiche Trahoye.
Ebi anko affiliation. Indika obey bias. But the credibility at stake. And why the analysis to the largest extent say, o kan we are unya bibia nka wo ho. We nya awards chin obia. Omo back close to him. With this category, no. Uncle Betty no Shatta Wale and of course a Stone Boy. He started before them, way before them. Shatta Boy oko break about back 2013 or by now Sarkodie was but then Mamenka baby and then necessarily say a decade ninety so shall say 2009. Wait me I shall say 2015 and 4 years no idea what achieve a super ubetimi ewie and we know ye who say any public vote said you can the board and the academy and we share the statistics of Sarkodie Mike Mwa. I mean, he said from 2009 up to 2019 Obi Ben was our with all a fine me me Shatta nya be me de Stone Boy nya be me de Becca nya be me de but no cry back. Min sum kasa tintin fidie masebe men kan kwase asem. I'll stop here, but then with no option than to support the article.
Enti se me sisudua o patre se eye article ya another someone be do choice Sarkodie also winning artist of the decade on any 100%.
Me say I'll stop here, but with no option than to support the article. Period.
Fantastic delivery there. Ghana's own version of Peter Duri. Just Kelly.
Me am just Kelly.
Nyante. So what is the start here no? Aha, start just totally Madusta. Nyante. Ascodiale. Onye Peter Duri antiminka. Na sa ni Duri dinama mo Ghana because it didn't yet.
You see.
Point me more Duri. Ewo Ghana ha rough sir.
Ghana commentators very few.
Any commentatorship, you know, a Dean Duri, no. Oti Hausa.
Mamembo me hon samrane kakra. Give me just 2 minutes because me 4 minutes in the crowd. 1 minute. You see, professional, ye woman. Se minim bibi ya menko. You started say rapping. And Sarkodie ni. Membo wo de so ushi ana busa. Ba na mfa. Wo dia say, ye ba temfa. And yeah, say baby. Nyame adom. We've been on international platforms. Now why not? When your opportunity where Bundesliga commentary. Europa life or any TV show. Your stadium wa. Yeah. Can't carry 6 star times Ghana. And young so ya chief and they say me die commentary ya cry. Baby and I may person me do.
This is Friday morning on Showbiz Agenda. Alright, now where's way? Obeka. Alright, now where's way?
Makabi.
Where do you Obeka?
Makabi.
Alright, kasa. Ya be mic now. Maximum 4 minutes.
Yes.
On kwa. Ja. Move heading around kwa.
Good morning to Sarkodie. Sarkodie born home wedding year about Ghana from 2009 to 2019. Now, first of all, to start my statement, he's inspired a lot of people, especially young ones. We're influencing Kofu Bebre. A TV by Uko Barren Shop, Kwana Rahope, Okase Hope, Sack Haircut, Obianim. Like he's influenced a lot of people. Now, on your first artist, or your new artist of the year, or something artist of the year, 2010. I stand to be correct. So being inside didn't be that there. But first artist, new artist of the year, or something artist of the year. Now let me take his dialect tree. Sarkodie has been able to take the tree language globally. So see a tree kasa no Nigeria for creation tree because of tree no kano. And ya brofo no kano. Utie ne rap na nse na wasade say ode brofo e hye but wotumi enkofo start say tree na enkofo sabi omu di na tem na tree na fa international tree na fa international
and on tibrofo
and or you rap tree ni sa the same tree yawo asante he invite no akọ Menchia Palace pictures no online because of tree no. Because Asantene so took on do baby no be Sarkodie tree Sarkodie and Asantene invited no. The same tree now could be BET. You say on the first Ghanaian to go for BET on be a coin as Tomboy. On your first person you nominating no, but on your first artist to have won BET for Ghana. Could you but when we need Sarkodie any winning first BET Ghana with the same tree. What I say? Which is very, very, very laudable. Now we share the whole Africa. Rappers are back or rappers, but the whole Africa. He's the most decorated African rapper with most awards. The whole Africa, when you say West Africa, the whole Africa, I don't know awards with the same tree language. Which of course Ghana should be very proud of that. So one rapper brought for an answer by local dialect which we call international. Now, in 2015, he topped the list of most influential musicians on social media. The following year, 2016, he became the first Ghanaian musician to hit 1 million followers on Instagram. Instagram and the Unsanko verify the first Ghanaian musician our verification our Instagram. Sarkodie has been on his tours of winning awards every year. Every year, there's no Oba industry no. Yeah, from 2009 or enter into the music career to 2019. For 2019 count 2018. Yeah, by on the award that every year be on the award nominations. Apart from nominations, on the award every year be which is amazing. Now, what should Sarkodie career now? His stagecraft, which is very recommendable. It's amazing. From Sarkodie starting the career to date. Once they say Obiaka say Sarkodie ako stage now wa floppy and ni stage presence and ni stage performance and minti be crowd around some what they catch me. But minti that say
me say men kasantu do bianca.
Inti minti that say Sarkodie ako stage aka say you really show no Sarkodie floppy. And I say the stage presence from Ghana Music Awards from in the annual shows. Obia Emma stage command. Now fan base. The BMK say your Beam Nation, your Shatta Movement, your be a Flow Addict, your Strong Empire. But Osha Sarkodie, he has branches of fan base. The camp branches of fan base are apart from say what Team Sarkodie no, and I say Sark Nation no, your Team Sarkodie, your Sarkoholics, your Sark Nation or Sark Natives for Successful Vision. And these are not like in Kofor group back or different with brand or Sarkoholics USA, Sarkoholics UK. Into the fan base, you know, it's huge. Appearance, video, you show the videos so chakra which we can never dispute the fact. The videos, Sarkodie's videos are always on point. It carries message. And to say, I know that I really understand what is written 100%. Says Sarkodie must pick this awards because at the end of the decade, Osha, consistency, appearance, everything, he's there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kobiche. So this is the only show that gives you quality information in show business in Ghana. It is called Showbiz Agenda, and the segment we are on currently is the news review segment with Chaskele of Xylophone Sports, KobicheNews.com, Arnold Mason Levanyo, Vibes in 5 and Link Up Reloaded tomorrow 3 p.m. Tune in and enjoy quality program here, bruh. 4 minutes. Menstruating by beer doing more thing.
I feel like a Farijan. And I also feel like a Samajan. I feel like the Jans.
You feel like a power badge.
I feel like a power badge.
Nice one, nice one, nice
Sammy,
one. 4 minutes, bruh.
You know, thanks for this opportunity. I mean, to the SM boss himself. And big shouts to Anoda Samabedu for a very fantastic article. I mean, he's written a lot of sense and substance in there and put down very vital statistics of Sarkodie, you know, and it's quite convincing. But the VGMA, in their own wisdom, you know, sat down and made the things simple. We shouldn't have even gone into the most decorated and the most organized and blah, blah, blah. Because they made it simple. They said what? The one with the highest audience appeal, popularity, and must have released this even where it gets simpler. In all the 10 years, must have released a hit single or an album. And at least one album crowd could make you artist of the decade. A single, one. In all the 10 years. If that single kept you up there for 10 years, you are the artist of the year. Forget 200 awards. Forget 36 nominations. Forget BET. Forget what. Just a hit single or an album. Must have released a hit single or an album. Unfortunately, all the guys there have done more than that. So yes, we don't need to go to the BET and win the BET before we say you are the artist of the decade. In fact, artist of the decade for Ghana. not Africa or West Africa. So whatever you've done for Africa or wherever you've taken the dialect or whichever international awards you must have been nominated in, we're talking Ghana. We have artists that are so huge. Typical example would be Olamide. So huge in Nigeria, so huge. I don't think he's tasted the BET and so-called and so forth, but you can't go to Nigeria and disrepute his hugeness. Same with Shatta Wale. If we agree that he's the artist with the biggest fan base in Ghana, then it means he's the artist with the biggest audience appeal. He's the artist with the biggest popularity, whether or not he has 5 albums. If we also agree that it is not artist of the VGMA Artist of the Decade, and it is Artist of the Decade for the Ghana music industry, you don't need to be the most decorated VGMA artist to become Artist of the Decade. You just need to be Ghana's favorite. And you must have been very relevant within the 10 years and not necessarily all the 10 years. It is only good if you've been able to be relevant for all the 10 years. But within the 10 years, if you are equally relevant, you stand a chance of winning. So now, Shatta broke into the scene from 2013. Beautiful. From 2013 till now, he's been the number one. Tell me which year within 2013 to 2019 that somebody became tops and he was second. Nobody. No bloody body. Not a single soul. Sark has been relevant, all right, but he's been up and down. In fact, last year and this year, if you mention Sark, what really has Sark done? What hit song? Yes, like I said, wedding song. No. But apart from the wedding song, Shatta has dropped bangers upon bangers.
And you mean they can't let you go?
Can't let you go. Can't let you go. So for Shatta's 2013 to 2019, he's been super fantastic with all the hits. If you talk about numbers, he has the biggest number or the biggest of numbers. If you talk about audience appeal, and somewhere in the article he wrote here, when he steps everywhere, people see him. When Shatta steps everywhere, people want to swallow him. That is the brand we're talking about. Even with his unquote attitude, the radical nature of his brand, he does things that under normal circumstance, brands that represent high sense of decency in our society would pull whatever ambassadorship he has off him. But because he's irreplaceable, indispensable, you can't take him off. Even when he shows his wheelie in a pool, you can't take him off because it will go against your brand. You will still maintain him. That is the brand we're talking about. That is relevance. That is a brand that commands numbers. That is a brand you can't do away with. He left VGMA for 3 years. He was banned. Under normal circumstance, any artist...
Was it 4 or 3 years?
4 or 3 years.
I think it was 4.
3, 4. 4 solid years. Any artist would have been broken with that. But for the 4 years he was out, you would all agree with me, together with the men of God, that if Shatta was in VGMA, he would have won Artist of the Year hands down. All the 4. So from 2013, he would have been Artist of the Year till like 2018. Even when he wasn't nominated, he was still the go-to man. Those who go to the VGMA still come back to him and fight him for numbers. He's the boss. Artist of the Decade. You can't look elsewhere. Yes, I like the statistics. What do you call it? Another someone Bedu brought, but those don't count because per their own wisdom, they only said popularity, audience appeal, a hit single or a hit album. I mean, a hit single or a hit album for a whole 10 years criteria. Then it is simple. You don't need 10 albums. Sark has 5. Maybe Shatta has 2. You don't even need the numbers. Just give us a hit album or a hit single and you are good to go. And maintain popularity for the longest of years. Maintain relevance for the longest number of years. Just keep these things for us and you are good to go. It is not a voting category. So I won't entreat Shatta movement to vote. But pray. Pray on top of the board. Go to your pastors. Go to whatever you worship. Pray. Mumbom payengu board no so mami can you no muntiase. We won't vote. So don't worry yourself buying Vodafone to vote for this particular one. But pray mumbom payengu omuso. Uye apaye. If you be snap, you use them. If you be pastor, go to how do you call it? All the guys, Nigel Gazy or Bofo, go to them. You are friends with them. Let them pray on top of. Let prayer disturb their board.
Obinim count.
All of them. Sami at this point in him. Let prayer disturb the board. Pray on their heads because they know what is right. They know who the guy is. If they were looking for BET and awards and decoration and all that, they'll give it to Sack Straight because he has the most. But it's not about the number of awards. It's about relevance, popularity, a hit single, a hit album. Asa Shatta is the man. Same min kasa baby in Paibo. Same in Paibo.